Hey, it's me, Lee Asia from Life Changing Mission. I am back with another week of LCM Read. We are still reviewing 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do, and we have 3 chapters left. Now, I do apologize about not showing up last week. Just for those of you who don't know, my family is getting ready to move to the big Atlanta. So we're really excited, but it came with a lot of transitioning and packing and getting work things situated. So thank you for being patient. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging, so I made this a priority today. Because I believe in following through. So we are on chapter 10. No, we just did chapter 10. So we are now on 11, which means we have 3 more to go. Well, 2 after today. Please bear with me, guys. My mind is broop. But yes, chapter 11 talks about alone time. And I am currently alone. This morning I've been alone, packing my things and getting ready for this transition. And I actually like being alone. But it wasn't always like that. And so this is what we're talking about today. Maybe you're a person that does not feel comfortable doing things or being alone. Maybe you would like to have your spouse with you, or a best friend, or anybody for that matter. So here are some things that would indicate that you might be someone that doesn't like to be alone. If you have spare time, the last thing that you'd likely do is just sit and think. You think that spending time by yourself is boring. You like to keep the TV or radio on for background noise. You feel uncomfortable with silence. You equate being alone with feeling lonely. While driving in the car by yourself, you usually keep the radio on, or you talk on the phone to keep yourself entertained. I mean, we've all done that at times, but I want you to challenge yourself and kind of pay more attention to your feelings that come with the opportunity of being alone and how you respond to that. Do you like being alone? Just sitting with yourself, thinking about life? How does that feel to you? Let's take a moment right now. How do you feel? How do you feel just sitting there with yourself? Maybe you're thinking about things that need to be done. That's what I was doing. Maybe you're thinking about, what am I doing this for? Or you started to dig deeper and realize some things about yourself just in that very moment. I don't know. Share your experience if you participated, and share your story. Like, what does it feel like to be alone? Everyone is very different. This book is breaking. But I do encourage you to take more moments like that, even if it is just 30 seconds to a minute. Take a moment to just be with yourself. People avoid being alone because that's when your thoughts can go into overdrive and take you to places that you may not want to be, or remind you of things that you don't want to think about. I know when I took a moment, I looked around, and if y'all could see what I see right now. Here. Oh, I don't even know how to turn this around. But this is what I looked at. So my mind was kind of going on that, but it just reminded me of all the things that needed to get done. I don't know, but don't be afraid to take that time, because that will give you an opportunity to sort things out in your mind. And if you avoid that, you will never really get to the bottom of whatever it is that needs to process, right? Because you don't give yourself an opportunity to process the feelings, the thoughts, and just the process that needs to take place in order for you to go through your life experiences. But so when you fear being alone, there are several things that can go wrong. Moderating alone time is good for kids. Hey, that's cool. There's a study that was done called The Emergence of Solitude as a Constructive Domain of Experience in Early Adolescence. 5th to 9th graders who spent moderate amounts of time alone were less likely to exhibit behavioral problems. Interesting for those of you who are parents. But yeah, it's good to spend time alone, and it's good to teach our children that from the very beginning so that they don't view it as an aversive thing when they get older. It also gives you an increase in productivity, because when you take that time to yourself, you can brainstorm, you can come up with solutions, you can plan ahead. Even if it is just mentally, it's still going to be beneficial, because you've already mentally went through whatever experience is to come. It also may increase your empathy, because now you have time to think about another person's experience and really put yourself in their shoes. Because a lot of times we say, I'm going to pray for you, or, I'm so sorry you're going through that. But we never really took a moment, a true moment, to put ourselves in that person's shoes and really feel what they might feel. That alone time will give you that opportunity. Spending time alone sparks creativity. Solitary skills are good for mental health. Solitude offers restoration. All of these are benefits of spending time with yourself. Some people aren't used to spending time alone, but when you get comfortable with that, you will start to feel empowered. Because although we need others, we are interdependent in this world, we also need ourselves to recharge and to have those moments to get to know ourselves. Because if you don't know yourself, how can you be effective in this world? How can you present yourself as the person that you are when you are not in the know of yourself, right? Or self-aware of your thoughts and your feelings that come along with that. So my suggestion and the book is to get comfortable with being alone. Start small. Take a minute a day to just sit with yourself. No radio, no phone, no nothing. Just sit with yourself and embrace that moment. Reflect on your goals. Pay attention to your feelings. Self-awareness is key. Set goals for your future. Write in a journal. It helps me a lot to write in my journal, and I've been slacking on that. So I really need to schedule me some journal time. Especially with all of my transitions, I like to keep a journal of my feelings and emotions during the moment, because I feel like I forget things and how I felt. So when I go back and read about my experience, it's a lot easier for me to go back into that place. And then I also have the ability to sympathize with people that may be going through that same thing at the moment. So writing a journal really helps you keep up with your journey. Here's some things that you can do to promote quiet time. Turning off the TV or radio, riding in the car without any music on, going for a walk without your cell phone, just shutting off all your electronics. Those are things that you can do, or your family can do, to connect with yourself or with nature. If you need to schedule it, schedule it. Write it on your calendar. Alone time, Monday morning from 8 to 9 is my alone time. It's good to plan for it, because then you know that block of time is set just for that, and you don't feel guilty about it. Learn how to meditate. There are several apps out there. I think one is called 10% Happier. That's the one I used to use. But there are a lot of apps that will help you learn how to meditate. It can change your life because it will allow you the time to reflect and to process. Here's a simple meditation practice. I also have a friend that I can tag that she does mini meditation sessions on her YouTube, and she's awesome to help you have a small meditation that will set you up for success, really. I'll connect you guys with her. Her name is Tia Canil. Sit in a relaxed position, focus on your breath, and then you return. That's as simple as it is. I mean, people make this big thing about meditating, and it's really not that much to it. Like, it's hard at first because it's something you're not used to, but that goes back to pushing out of your comfort zone. So definitely take the time to just start doing it and see what it can do for you. If it's not for you, then okay, at least you tried. Become mindful. Practice mindfulness by taking this moment at this very moment. Let's try it together. Scan your body. See what are you feeling in your body right now. Counting to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. During this time, all I thought about was my counting. It took me away from everything we've just been talking about, and it made me focus on my counting. That's a form of meditation and mindfulness practice. Observe consciously. Just look at an object and really look at it. Here's a bag. That was a form of meditation, believe it or not. If you were observing me, I scanned the bag, I paid attention to the bag, I made it flat. I listened to the sound of it as I was moving it and closing it. I felt the pressure of my fingertips sliding it. That's a form of meditation. You can do that with any object and just explore it. Eat a mindful bite of food. So many times we have to eat and talk or eat and watch TV. Sometimes we should just eat. Just eat. Take a bite, put it in your mouth, chew. Pay attention to your body as you do it. All of these types of practices will help you learn how to walk with grace and how to embrace every single moment of every minute that we have on this earth. When you understand the value of being able to do that, then you are good to go. I'm working on it myself. This has been a reminder for me. As I'm going through this transition, I have been really trying to, not let things that I can't control stress me out. All of these are topics we've discussed. B, really understanding that I'm pushing out of my comfort zone and embarking on change yet again. We've talked about that too. But really just embracing the moment. As I'm having to say goodbye to some of the people I've worked with, and it's bittersweet saying goodbye to my children's school. I'm really trying to live in every moment and not think about so much about what lies ahead and what problems I'll be facing when I get there. And no, just right now. Just right now. And if we can learn to do that more often, life will be better. life will feel way more smooth and way more, I don't know. You fill in the blank if you think of something good to put there. Honestly, it's hard because we have so much going on as adults, especially, and we try to think ahead and plan ahead. But sometimes if we are mindful and we take that moment, not all the time, but if we take those moments more often, it'll just remind you of how simple life can be. And as long as you're giving your all, I mean, what more can you do? Right? What's helpful is learning how to appreciate silence, taking a few minutes every day to be alone with your thoughts, scheduling a date with yourself so you can follow through, even if it's once a month, learning how to meditate to quiet your mind, practice mindfulness skills to focus on one task at a time, journaling to sort out your emotions, and reflecting on your progress and goals daily. Those are key things to progressing yourself. This is what you should not do. Don't keep background noise on at all times. Hurrying from one activity to the next and focusing constantly on producing something. Filling in your calendar with social things. That used to be me. Always and I'm still fairly busy, but now I schedule my alone time. But yes, always being at different events, different outings, gotta take the kids here, Run. Take your time. Believing that meditation couldn't possibly be helpful. Don't sleep on meditation. Because for many years, I was like, whatever. It was weird and I felt funny about it. And once I started getting more into it, I still don't do it as much as I'd like. But the more I got into it, I realized it is beneficial. Don't multitask and zone out throughout the day. Assume that journaling is a waste of time. Don't assume. Looking at your to-do list and judging each day's progress by how many things you've accomplished. Those things will not be helpful on this journey. So I hope this chapter really helped you. I don't know what you're struggling with. There are some more videos if you want to check out our other topics. I know for me, learning how to be alone was a challenge. But I've gotten so comfortable with myself now that sometimes I prefer to be alone because I view it as an opportunity to get to know myself better. I'm able to have the time to explore my thoughts and really organize where I want to be. It gives me a time to reflect on recent experiences, maybe conversations that happened the day before, and it really just helps me sort things out when I'm alone. I do listen to a lot of podcasts and music on my free time, but sometimes it's just quiet. And I might even be folding clothes and really just focusing on that task. And I find that to be very calming and just very peaceful. If you have those moments of just solitude and just away from everything, get in nature. Nature helps me do that a lot too. It makes you more peaceful. So then when you get into high stress situations, the more that you practice your alone time and just peacefulness, when you get into those high stress situations, you're a lot more easy to take your mind to that peaceful place, even in the stressful situation. Because your mind understands how to process that because it has cleared up some space and it allows you to just kind of look at it from a different perspective. So again, I just really encourage it. Reach out if you have any questions for us, for me. I try to keep these videos at 20 minutes. So I'm about to wrap it up. But I'm really excited. I do plan on continuing our LCM Read series. Even once we finish this book, I would like to discuss different things, different books, different topics. Feel free to share your insight, your input. Maybe there's someone out there that wants to collaborate and talk about a book together with me. Let me know. I would love to do that. I will be in Atlanta. So if anyone has connects in Atlanta, let me know. I will be fresh there. I don't know many people there. So I'm really nervous but excited about what the future holds. I'm trying to embrace the transition and really see the good in all things. It's been a challenge because there were a lot of ups and downs with this process. But trying to stay mentally strong. All of these concepts we've been discussing, again, have come in handy. So don't hesitate to reach out to LCM. I will see you guys soon. And hey, keep it moving.